Hello, Judith Rolfs here, and I am the author of the Tommy Smurlee series, and I'm so excited today because I get to introduce you to some of my favorite people in the whole world, and not one of them is real. First of all, I'm going to show you the covers of some of the books for my Tommy Smurlee series, and it's written for ages 9 through actually adult. I've had adults contact me and say they enjoy reading them because they're mystery fantasies. And there's all kinds of amazing things that happen, but they are not done through witchcraft, but they are done through inventions that these amazing, amazing young children create. So that is the delight of it, watching what they come up with and the interactions between them and how they solve a fantastic, wild mystery each year. And this is my first cover for Tommy Smurlee, and this actually was my grandson was doing some modeling, and I got one of the pictures and used it as the cover, and he was one of my first readers, which I'm so thrilled about. He read it before I had the last chapter finished, and he said, he was spending the weekend with us, and he said, "Grandma, you need to quick finish that before I leave this weekend." So I don't even remember if I finished it that fast or not, but he was definitely one of my most enthusiastic readers. So this is Adventures of Tommy Smurlee. This is what I perceived Tommy looking like, because he was blonde, and he starts out in the book and he's like age 10, he goes to 11 and 12 and 13 and advances with each book. And this is the next, actually no, this is a revision of the cover for the first one that my publishing assistant thought this would make it a little more general and exciting for boys and girls. There was a tendency to think this might be just for boys, and girls love it too. In fact, I had a girl who was my second and third readers, and they devoured this 200-page book actually in one day, each of them. So that was a good sign to me. I thought, yes, we do have something here that's interesting and holds your attention and helps you intellectually because you're solving the mystery at the same time. So this is the next one in the series, Tommy Smurlee and the Missing Statue. And I want to tell you something about the other characters, because in designing them, I needed to make each of them unique in some way, and every one of them has maybe a little characteristic of me in it. Tommy has two friends, Quid and Blake, who are stepbrothers and have some challenges getting along, and that gets resolved in the course of the book. But Quid is called Quid the Quoter because he always has a quote, and he loves to be spouting his quotes about different situations. And his brother Blake has another phenomena that I at times could be accused of, and that is that he always wants to be first. He likes to be first in line and first to come up with a solution. Yes, I admit in certain things I'm a little competitive. Not everything, but definitely in games, particularly board games, which my adult children will attest to, and my grandchildren. I always say, now Grandma's not going to let you win. This is going to be a fair competition. So those are two of Tommy's friends, Quid and Blake. He has a wonderful girl interest. I call her friend. It's not romantic, at least not until the fourth book in the series. She loves insects, and she always has a pet grasshopper that she carries in a plastic box attached to her belt. But she loves all insects, and she's also a great adventurer and very, very physical and involved, and I modeled her after two of the girls in my family. And then we have Piney, who's a rather big, very, very interesting character who's named for his big, thick legs that were like tree trunks, so they call him Piney. Nobody actually knows what his real name is, so Piney works. And another character, and one that is the bully and the antagonistic force throughout is Orson Gartini. Isn't that a cool name? I like that. It even sounds rough and tough. And he's always creating problems for the different teams. Tommy's team is called the Silver Team, and they are all at a camp called Dunster's Camp of Mystery and Inventions. And young people go there and they spend 3 weeks in a summer, sometimes 4, and they go to learn how to create amazing inventions and also to develop their skills in solving life's mysteries. And I love that they're in that atmosphere. I actually was involved as co-director of a children's youth camp for over 10 years, so I know that atmosphere and that fun environment. Now, I do not like to be bored, and I don't think children like to be bored, so this is very fast-paced. And the reason that I have written them is not just so that they will have lots of fun, but so that when you read them, your imagination will be stimulated and you will want to do creative things like the characters do in my book. And I've had emails from some of you saying that's exactly what happens. There's an activity at the camp called Dreamology, and you go through various settings and input into your mind so that you can create amazing activities on your own. And I've had parents say, my children want to do that. They want to come to camp and they want to go to sleep and have this Dreamology activity. So of course I love that, because all these activities, they just kind of, as I'm writing, they're popping out of my brain. But you know, that's what ideas do. They do pop out of your brain, and that's what children need so much of. Instead of just scripted electronic games, playing somebody else's ideas, it's wonderful to develop your own ideas. So I'm hoping that all of these books are going to stimulate that in children. And also, because I am a marriage and family counselor, and I've counseled many young people, I know some of the problems they have can be very challenging, like dealing with siblings at times and temptations around them, and being able to speak strong, to know who they are and have an inner strength, inner core. And I really make an effort to put my characters in situations where they have to develop that, and they have to become stronger than they ever believed they could be, and know when they are to speak out if something is wrong and when they need to take action to correct wrongs. So I'm hoping that, and I'm hearing from readers, I think that's happening, that those are some of the things that come from reading the Tommy Smurlee series. So there are 2 books out so far, and the third is going through publication process now, and the 4th is almost done. So make sure that you get to read all 4 books in this series. And I love to hear from my young readers. I've had some email me or write and say that they've developed some of their own activities. One of them even developed a serial based on Tommy Smurlee and Dunster's Camp of Mystery and Inventions, and all kinds of wonderful other ideas, plus artwork that they've done. So and the greatest thing of all, I almost forgot to mention, is that some young people have told me after they read this that they want to write their own books. And I think that is the most wonderful thing of all, that it just so excites them about the idea of using their brain creatively, because this is what God wants us to do, and he wants us to develop this wonderful gift of this brain that we have within us, the ability to imagine. And this is what makes us problem solvers as adults. And also, the more we do that, the more we can appreciate the amazing world and the amazing creativity of God that he designed for us, and the amazing intricacy that he has built into each one of us. And it's at birth, and it goes through all of childhood and through adulthood. And that's why, as I said, I think some adults are reading Tommy Smurlee too. So I hope that you will enjoy this. You hope you will get the wonderful messages in here about how special each of you are, every single one of you. So special to God, and He has a great plan for your life, and He wants you to have fun and delight in this beautiful world that He created for you, and also be creators yourself in making wonderful things for the future. So that's Tommy Smurlee, and I'm so happy to tell you about him on my YouTube channel, because I know reading him is going to strengthen the minds and the heart of every child who gets to know Tommy Smurlee and his wonderful, wonderful friends. Thank you for listening, and have an awesome day.